My name is Dr. Sarah Gravem. I'm a research scientist at Oregon State University, and today we are at Fogarty Creek in beautiful Central Oregon. We are going to be learning a little bit about intertidal competition. These are my students. So the first thing we're going to do is simply observe. We are going to walk from the high intertidal right here down the rock to the low intertidal. Obviously be careful. And we're going to ask a question to ourselves as we walk. And just, what are the changes as I walk from the high to the low? Okay, you ready?
Ready.
All right, let's go. All right, so as we walked from high in the zone down toward the water, low in the zone, what did you notice?
I noticed the barnacles started out really small at the top, and
Yep.
then as you go towards the water, they got a lot bigger.
Nice. What did you notice?
There was a bunch of barnacles and mussels all in this area, and they're all like just living together down here.
So was there one that was more common in one place than the other?
More mussels down and more barnacles up.
Very good, very good. Okay, so more mussels down. So who's winning?
The mussels?
The mussels. What are they competing for, do you think?
Probably space.
Why do you think that?
There is the rocks that are closer to the water are going to be covered by the tide more often.
Yeah.
So maybe they're looking for a spot where they're going to have the most water access.
I love that. I love that. And what do they need in the water?
The plankton for
The
the food.
plankton, good, food. And what do they like about the water, like comfort-wise?
Keeps them moist.
Yes, yes, they don't like being dry, right? And they don't really like, I mean, today's freezing, but if it were summertime, what else?
They don't like to eat.
They don't like the heat, right? Like they'd like to be lower. Okay, so mussels are down lower, and do you think that they're winning or losing compared to the barnacles? Winning, right? Because they're in the good spot. They have the great real estate right down there. Okay, so they're what we would call a superior competitor, right? For that resource, which is space. So on the other hand, as we get higher, right, we've got barnacles only, and the mussels disappear. So why don't the mussels just go everywhere if they're the dominant competitor? Why do they stop?
Yeah, the heat.
The heat.
Yeah.
Right. So as we go from low to high, there's all sorts of things changing about the intertidal zone, right? One of them is the availability of water and food. So low is cooler, wetter, more food. And as you get up here, the mussels lose and the barnacles start to win, right? So they're winning the competition race for space. And the reason that they're winning is because
The barnacles might have more adaptive characteristics to help them resist the heat.
right, they're more heat tolerant, they're more stress tolerant. So what we're looking at is they're competing for something, and they're actually separating themselves and sorting themselves, I mean, not consciously, but over evolutionary time, sorting themselves into different niches. So we've got a niche where it's hotter, but where the barnacles win, and a niche where it's cooler and the mussels win. Okay? So ultimately, we're looking at some of the most fundamental questions in biology and ecology, which is, why are there so many stinking species on Earth, right? Why isn't it just like one really good species that takes over and is better than everybody else? And one of the reasons is something that we're looking at right now. And so can you tell me what you think about how maybe competition, which is what we're talking about right now, and the environment might change biodiversity? What do you think?
Different species can succeed better in different environments.
Right.
And
Yeah, exactly. And by competing, they get specialized, right? And so they kind of sort themselves out, and they split in their plan for life, their evolutionary plan, and then it's, of course, adaptive over time. So what does competition and the environment mean for biodiversity? Should it increase it or decrease it?
Competition should increase biodiversity.
Right, because they're trying to find their spot, right? And the environment especially provides more space for all the different species to specialize in their niches, and overall, biodiversity increases. Good. Cool.